Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am jumping straight in with this geometric set that I did. So I've jumped straight in there to the middle finger, I think, with a large-ish bead of CJP stone. So I'm going in here with a chevron. So I've placed the bead on and I've tucked it in the cuticle, and now I'm just shaping it to what I want it to be. So all the time patting and pressing, pushing the sides in with the side of my brush and flattening the top down with the belly of the brush. This doesn't have to be super perfect because I will file it crisp afterwards, but if you can get it as neat as you can, it saves you work in the long run. So I always like to get it as best as I can. So then I'll come in with another bead on this one just to make sure the apex is built, because this is a strength powder, so I don't need to cap this once I've finished filing. So I'll make sure my apex is in now. So I've lightly pulled that bead over the top, and then I'll just re-tidy up those edges again. Trying to work as clean as you can. So coming in on the ring finger, we're doing an extended nail bed, and this is with birthday suit. Now I'm going to do a chevron shaped nail bed as well. It's the first time I've done this, but I just think they look absolutely stunning. So I'll come in with a bead there. I didn't place it reverse this time, but I placed it sort of almost where I wanted it to be. So start taking in those sides, making sure you leave a high enough wall of acrylic to butt your next colour up to. Again, just pressing in those sides, tidying it up. So next bead, just blending it back down to that natural nail, and then swiping up to build the height of the wall that I need before filing. And then I'm going to add my cuticle bead after this one. Tuck it in. A bit of something stuck in there, probably glitter. So tuck it in, sweep it down the sides, and then I'm going to start patting and pulling that across the top as well. So onto this index finger, and I've gone with like a marble design on this. So I dipped into Vanilla Shine, I think this is the one, yeah, Vanilla Shine and Stone at the same time. Very, very gently pat it into place, and then gently swipe it down the nail. You don't want to work it too much. You want them to blend together a little bit, those colours, but not too much. So again, dip into Vanilla Shine and then into Stone on the nail at the same time. always trying to work in a diagonal motion down the nail as well, because it makes it look more slender as well. It just looks more pleasing to the eye, I think, when it's diagonal. So I'll just keep adding them. I find marbling so much easier to do this way rather than, I literally cannot do where you put the beads on and marble with a pointy brush. I can't do it. It looks a massive mess for me, so I can't do it that way, so I found this way easier. So once I'm done with that Vanilla Shine and Stone, I'll come in with a really wet little bead of Apricot Pearl. And I'll just drag that through the already wet acrylic, and it sort of just bleeds into the other colours and looks marbled as well. So here I'm coming in with a bead of this is from the Glitter Fairy, and it's from the Beauty and the Beast stack, and this is Magic Mirror. So I'm coming in with a bead of that, again sort of doing it diagonally across the nails. And then once I'm happy with what glitter I've got on there, I then come in with the Glitter Fairy graphic black glitter. I thought because I was using Stone Pot from CJP, I wanted sort of the stony sort of colours to go with it as well. I actually thought it looked really lovely when it was finished. So just placing that glitter where you want it. Like I said before, take a step back, have a look from a little bit further away, see how it's looking, see if you're pleased, and then add more if you want to. You literally only need such small amounts of this. It is so pigmented, it just goes on for days, literally. It's amazing. And then once I've popped that on, I come in with a really wet bead dipped in that Beauty and the Beast Magic Mirror, again from the Glitter Fairy, and I blend that down. I didn't really want a full cover of that. And then once I've done that, I'll go into the holographic black multi-cut at the free edge, and then I'll just blend it down. So on this thumb, I come in with a bead of Stone. Pop that on. I'm going to do like an ombre with this, so fading that backwards, make sure I'm blending that down into nothing, and then I'm going to bring it down the free edge. All the time when you're working, tucking those sides in, making sure you're keeping it as neat and as smooth as possible. Which obviously wasn't there. I then come in with a bead of CJP Apricot Pearl. Again, if you do get any run back into your cuticle, just get it off as soon as you can. So now my chevron is cured. I'm going to file this now because I want it really nice and crisp. So you want to hold it dead flat up against those walls and use as much as the file as you can. And I always concentrate right on that very point on the end, because sometimes you can file the sides of it and they're super crisp, but once you've capped you look and your point's slightly rounded, and I wanted it really crisp. So you see I keep going back in to make sure that's crisp, and then you need to check from the side view as well, because sometimes on that edge, if you haven't got enough product on there, it can dip down slightly at the front and you won't get that crisp edge. So coming in here again, the same on my smile line, keeping that file dead straight, and you want to be making sure you're pushing against the wall. You don't want to push down onto your client's nail bed. I mean, I have got a clear layer down there anyway, but you'll still get friction on there, so you want to be pushing against that smile line. And I always make sure I've got a clear layer down if I'm going to be doing geometric anyway, because obviously we're going to be filing like this. So once I'm happy with those, I'm coming in, and I was going to do 2 chevrons on the next one, and for some reason I didn't. I don't know why. So I'll come in with this one with a bead of Crème Brulee, again CJP. It will just look, you won't get that look that you want, that crisp edge. It will just sort of disappear into nothing. And at this point I'd put my heating on, and my acrylic was setting pretty quick. So there I am, just checking I'm right up in that corner there, and I want to match the height. So again, getting right up in there into those corners, and drag the rest down to make sure there's enough product on that free edge. gosh, I had a massive faff on that nail, didn't I? So on this nail with the extended nail bed, I double dipped in Apricot Pearl and Stone, and then I've done the similar sort of marble effect on this nail as well. Again, because I've done my wall high enough on there, it doesn't really matter if I go over the top of that smile line, because it'll just come off nice and crisp when I file it. So make sure I come up both sides. So just keep adding till I'm happy there's enough coverage, and then I'll move on to capping. So I did switch over to my CJP big boy brush to cap. I do usually, to be fair, do it on my 10, but for some reason I decided to use my big boy. Otherwise I would have had to do 750 beads. Again, because they were all strength powders that I used on these marble nails, because I used them so thin, you then do obviously have to cap in crystal glass, otherwise the nail will be too thin. Because obviously if I used them too thick and then capped as well, it would just be one heck of a bulky nail. So always with your coloured, always whenever I work with any coloured acrylic, whether it's a strength powder or not, I use it really wet unless I'm building a nail out of it. Like I did with the geometric ones, I built them with the colours, built in the apex and made sure there's enough product on them so that I don't need to cap them, because otherwise I'd have to file them if I didn't, and then cap them after I'd filed everything, and that just, it would take more time and it would just make more mess, and yeah, so it's just easier for me to do it that way. So coming in filing now. So my sidewalls first, make sure you come in underneath to make sure that's nice and straight. Hold your file dead straight against your sides when you're filing them in as well. So once I've done them, I'll do the free edge, then I come round gently around the cuticle area, and then over the top of the nail to contour that nail, the sides in, to give it those lovely curves. And that bit of glitter that I didn't get out when I was capping, it comes away when I'm filing anyway, so I wasn't too fussed. So again, checking all angles of the nail, make sure your apex is in, check down the barrel of the nail, check the sides are straight, etc. So jumping straight in with my CJP Tech-Free Top Gloss, and then they'll all be cured for 60 seconds in my LED lamp. Once they're done, I do add some crystals and some Gemz from the amazing Gemz by DawnyB on Facebook. I'll leave her link below if you like the look of those crystals. Honestly, she's so lovely. I didn't record them because I was literally here for about 3 hours with this set anyway, so I literally couldn't squeeze any more time in. Reminds me of sand, these colours, like the beach without the sea. A beach in the winter. So I'll leave a shot at the end. Sorry it's been a long one, hope I haven't waffled too much. There's a little camera shot. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see all you guys in my next one. Bye bye!